We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin.
And today, faithful acolytes, we take a look at this. And what this is from Hell's Kitchen, it is the Black Forest. Now, of course, if you're like me, when you think of Black Forest, you think of maybe some chocolate cake, maybe some ham in your chocolate cake. But we're probably not quite getting to that with this. And maybe heat rating there. Let's take a look at the, actually let's take a look at this first. So I like this idea. Put the suggestions on the label. So pork steak, sausage, lamb, chicken, or charcuterie. It is meant to be enjoyed with food and beer. Ein Prost. So, ingredient-wise, we have cherry puree, apple cider vinegar, we have sugar, lemon juice, water, honey, ghost pepper mash, white vinegar, garlic, balsamic vinegar, so 3 different kinds of vinegars, and we have kosher salt, xanthan gum, and sage. And in the written review, that last ingredient is one I truly wish was not here in this sauce. That sage is very, very forceful as far as I'm concerned, and too much. It's the first thing I smell actually when I open this, balsamic and sage. That's what I smell. Little back end of cherry there, and herbs in hot sauce is just, I think it's really hard to do, and very honestly, very rarely do I think it's done successfully. This is not what I would call one of the successes, to be clear. Alrighty, so it is a sort of purplish sauce. I think it looks good. It's a really good looking sauce. I do think this looks pretty appetizing as a sauce. I could see it as a drizzle. I did try it on the majority of things that it's listing on the, I didn't try it on steak, but the other stuff I have tried it on. And for me, it's just, the sage is too much. I'm not that big of a fan of sage or herbs in general. And if they are that far forward in the mix, and I think we can actually see small pieces of them here. If they're that far forward in the mix, to me, it takes away. It's too distracting, I guess, of a flavor. The cherry, when I wasn't getting hit, just bombs away with the sage flavor. When I got some of the cherry, and I got cherry and ghost seem like, berries and hot peppers in general are good. But cherry's not one of my favorite flavors, but I do think it went really well with the ghost. I didn't mind the balsamic. I didn't mind the apple. The apple cider actually just kind of vanished because balsamic is certainly much more forceful of a flavor note, but at times, this sauce was I wouldn't say it's nice, but it was not bad. And then I would get a sage hit, and that would be the end of that. But visually, there are little chunks of stuff. I don't know if you can actually read them here or not, but there are little bits and pieces in there. Probably the ghosties, probably some of the cherry, maybe the sage. I don't know if they use sage powder or dried sage or fresh sage, but my suspicion is it was big enough that there was pieces of it in there. So, all right, let's get on into it and see what we have here. Oh man. Oh no. That was no good. I haven't tried it by itself. The back end is actually kind of nice because I am getting a little bit of the cherry and the ghosties, which is nice. The ghosties in there are perfect. Oh, that's sage. Oh dear, that was not pleasant. I didn't try this on lamb either. I almost never eat lamb, so lamb is not something I would ever consider this on. I did try it on some chicken, some turkey as well, and just trying to find a place for it, and I couldn't do it. So when I was thinking about what I should do for this, I try to make sure that there's always going to be repeats, and I really, despite what evidence might suggest otherwise, I really try hard to come up with different things to have in these videos. I try to have new stuff as much as I can. But the fact is that I think everybody winds up eating the same thing. I think there are repeats quite a bit in our all respective diets. So, but anyway, I got to thinking, and so for one video I did a cheese plate, but I've never done a charcuterie. So I happened to find this at the grocery store. It's a Boar's Head charcuterie and le fromage. So there's cheese in here as well. So what we've got here is a whole bunch of nonsense on the back of this. Wow, this is a mess. All right, so we had Asiago, we got picante provolone, which is non-smoked here. We've got hot calabrese salome, and we've got bianco di oro Italian dry salame. And so we have 2 salamis and 2 cheeses. 1 hot salami, 1 dry salami. Oh, you guys, that is so nice. Let's get rid of that. All right, so this is the hot calabrese. Hot calabrese, this is the regular dry salami, I think. So what we're going to do is, I got to try to figure out how to open these. There's no, oh wait, there it is. Is that it? Okay. So I'm going to try these all individually just to get a feel for the notes. It's kind of nice they come in these little trays. I appreciate it not necessarily having to do additional dishes. This is, alright, this is Asiago. Very bitter, pungent notes there. I like it. It's similar to like that sort of effect you get from a Parmesan, Romano, that type of thing. Alright, this is the regular salami. A dry salami. Oh man, I love salami. I gotta figure out how to eat this because there's not really enough room to sauce these things. Okay, we'll come back to that. I think probably I'm gonna have to get a plate. So I'm gonna wind up having a dirty dish, but that's alright. I do it for you guys. I sacrifice. You can see that. You've been on this channel long enough, you know. Or if you haven't, then watch all the other videos, then you'll know. Provolone. Very rich, got that classic provolone flavor to it. I do wish, however, that I would have had the smoked. My preference is for smoked, but I think actually with the sauce, might be better to have it not smoked. Okay, and the calabrese sopressata, that's essentially what this is. Nice spicy salami. Alright, I don't want to fight that, I don't care. Alright, let's see. Oh, very nice chili peppers in there. Alright, so by themselves, this is far and away the best thing. Followed by this, and the cheeses are about equal. Oh man, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna get a plate here in a second. Oh, this is meant to be had with beer as well. So I do have here, it didn't say what kind of beer. So for Bohemian Brewery, it is it's an amber. Viennese-style amber lager. I had hopes that it'd be somewhat, yeah, it's pretty neutral. Okay, so, all right, let me get a plate and we'll be right back. I really wish I would have had one of those elegant metal forks, you know, those really long ones. That would have been kind of cool, but I don't have such fancy things. All right, so which one is this again? Oh, this is the provolone. All right, provolone, Asiago. We're going to mix and match. We're going to have some fun with this. Hopefully fun. Trying to figure out a ratio here, if that such a thing is possible. So we're going through this scientific method, guys. Scientific method today, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. I did think of a way to fancy this up, though. Let's put the beer in glass. Oh, you guys can get a good sense here of the gorgeous amber color here of this beer. Very nice. Very nice. That is beautiful. What can I say? That's lovely. That's really nice. All right. Okay, I should shake it up again. This is one I got. So I got this sauce during a Black Friday thing. I think it was on sale on one of the websites. I can't remember which one. I didn't go to a whole lot of websites. I only maybe went to a handful of them, but just depending on. I was looking just really for deals for stuff I couldn't find elsewhere. All right, so we're just going to try to go with a few drops here. And this one, I didn't notice that there was 3 different vinegars, but this one was on sale. And cherry isn't my thing. Hell's Kitchen, honestly, their sauces have been a little underwhelming for me, so they're not really my thing. But it did have the ghosties, so I thought, you know, like I said in the review, try to keep an open mind. So we're going to start with the provolone. Ugh. Oh, man. Wow, that's no good. All right, let's move next to the regular salami. That's better. Ah, I dropped it. All right. It's not great. It's better, not great. All right. We're supposed to have this with beer. Let's have some beer. This is a really delicious beer. Wow. That might be one of the best beers I've had. And I will say, throughout the course of my life, I've had hundreds, maybe thousands. I used to be a home brewer. I've had unquestionably a lot of different beers in my lifetime. It used to be a hobby of mine to just run around and try different ones. All right. It works better with the Asiago. Still not great. It's been best so far with the Asiago. Oh, yeah. All right. This is this Calabrese is a very strong taste. It actually is standing up pretty well against that. Oh, I dropped it. All right. Well, next we're going to try some of these together. So let's try provolone together with the salamis, and we'll try Asiago together with the salamis. Oh, I put too much on that one. Maybe that one too. Maybe that one too. Well, we'll see. Alright. I'm not planning on keeping this sauce, to be perfectly frank, beyond this video, so I don't mind using a bunch. Alright, so here we go. This is the provolone with the regular salami. So the regular salami works pretty well with it. Still not great, but calabrese. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's just kind of there. All right. Regular salami with the Asiago, which should be the best pairing. We'll see. Both of these two were okay with the sauce. Oddly, no. That was, how interesting. The provolone and the regular salami worked better than the Asiago did. Go figure. Alright. Calabrese, but I feel like I put too much sauce on some of these. That wasn't bad. Alright, so we have the regular salami and the provolone working together nicely. And we have the calabrese and the Asiago working together nicely. Alright. And the beer by itself working nicely. My goodness, that's a great beer. Holy moly, that's really good. I might have to get more of that. Okay. Let's do this. Let's just make some sandwiches here. This has been by far the best setting so far of anything I've had with this sauce. You know, and that, to me, that's kind of an issue because if the sauce is difficult to easily use, it just makes things overly challenging, I guess. So the calabrese, I would rather eat the rest of it without sauce. But we'll try the Asiago here. See, the Asiago again by itself reads well here. There you go. All right. The Asiago by itself, we'll whip through that. Let's see here. This is great salami. Those two are working together well. They have that nice smooth creaminess. Provolone. Oh, it's definitely the salami kind of blending. Oh man. Wow, that was horrible. All right. So the Provolone by itself with this sauce is rubbish. Amber is a good beer to have with this. I will unquestionably say that. All right, so let's all right, let's do this. Polish this off. Polish out the Asiago. Crazy lunches I have here. The provolone, a regular salami. This is the Asiago, which I think works okay by itself with this, so we'll do that. And this is a Calabrese, which really doesn't play nice with a lot of this stuff. Actually, I might. Here, let's throw some of the Asiago in there and see how that does. It's really just got. It's. I wish I would have got one prosciutto. That would have been good too. It's just really got its own distinctive flavor to it. That. It's just meant to stand alone. Or some Calabrian peppers. I've had with pickled Calabrian peppers before. That's really good. I've had with honeydew. Sorry, pepperdew.
We're done with this.
Well, you can see we got about halfway. Well, probably about 3/5 of the way. It was a valiant effort. For a lot of things working against it for me personally, as an audience. But not everything is going to work. For you. You got to keep an open mind. Had I not had this, I would not be enjoying this charcuterie with this wonderful Viennese amber lager. So keep an eye out for Bohemian Brewery. This is fantastic. This is it's one of those beers that's so good you could just keep going. It shocks me every time I have it just how good it is. Alright, what's the Asiago? I'm getting a little bit of a heat charge from the ghosties. The ghosties are my favorite thing. This actually, I don't think Sage needs to be here, but had they dialed it back a lot more, this, I think, would be somewhat of an impressive sauce. There's really a lot going on at once here. It's just a shame that the Sage is just coming in with this gigantic club and just knocking everything else into submission. Okay. Boy, Asiago by itself. No wonder it's like Parmesan or Romano, and that is best used in accents. It is a very pungent cheese. Saving the best for last. Regular dry salami. Oh. This wonderfully creamy provolone. Just a little bit of the sweetness, a little bit of the heat from the hot sauce. Tremendous. But it's definitely the ingredients here. That's More to the point, I think Boar's Head makes some good stuff. I've been a fan of them for years and years. They always cost a little bit more, but you can always be sure of what you're getting. Okay, winding down now. Well, that's a lot more cheese than I usually have at once. I was thinking about eating crackers, but that's not really what you do with a charcuterie. This reminds me of some of the homebrews I made. I think that's why I like it so much. Fantastic. Okay. All right. Well, we can't let this go by itself. Take care of that. Prost! Also, look at my fanciness. I'm fancying it up. Fancying it up for you guys. Oh, c'est délicat bouquet. All right. That was a fitting and delightful end to that. Wow. Super, super impressive. So keep your eye out for this. Bohemian Brewery, if you haven't, where you are, the Viennese Amber Lager. Just a stunningly wonderful beer. As for this sauce, you know, it actually kind of reminds me of some of the other Hell's Kitchens where they get close, but they just don't quite get there. There's always some little thing that I think, for me anyway, kind of prevents them from going all the way over. And this is the third sauce I've done with them. I did get one more, so there will be one more coming from them, but I'm pretty close to writing this company off. And it's been a while since I did the two before this. I got this on a whim. I don't regret it. You know, you keep an open mind, but all those ingredients in there, and it just blows me away that sage is so strong. And maybe you're a bigger fan of sage than I am. I don't mind sage, but I don't like it to the extent where I want it to be the dominator. I don't want it to be the main flavor that I'm picking up. And that really is kind of what we have here. And it's a shame because it overshadows what I think is probably a pretty good sauce. Sort of hiding in the background there. Lurking in the back, we've got those cherry puree. We got the ghosties. The three different kinds of vinegar is fine. It actually works okay. Balsamic in this setting, even though I'm not really a big fan of that, I think it comes out okay. There is garlic in here too. That might as well not even be here. There's both sugar and honey and lemon juice. I can't pick out those distinctively. With a cherry puree, you already know it's going to be sweet. And it just, my impression of this is that they just kept adding stuff to kind of tinker with it to get something that tries to serve just too many masters at once. And then that sage, they could call this the sage hammer, and I think they'd be closer to the mark. But it was interesting on the charcuterie. I don't know that I would ever want to have that again, but it was definitely the best on that than it was on anything else that I've had it on. And like I said, I mean, 3/5 of this thing down, I've definitely tried to play around with it a lot. I try to give every sauce whatever possible advantage I can because I want every sauce to be great. And with my palate, maybe yours is different, your mileage may vary, but with my palate, this one just didn't quite connect. So I guess we'll leave it there. This is the Hell's Kitchen Black Forest Hot Sauce.
Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.